Hello, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today my 5 tips advice for February 2020. Let's start. First tip. Well, a few videos ago I spoke about the 5 steps to better your pictures 100% by 100%. And when I spoke about triggering, the moment you actually press your camera trigger, I didn't say one thing. I think it's a tip I'm going to add now. Very often we trigger and straight away we want to look at the screen. When it was analog photography, there was no screen to look at. But nowadays we want to look at the screen, many of us want to look at the screen straight away. Well, I say of us, I don't say it, but many people do, okay? So that means that we are always in a rush. We just go straight away. And this is not good. Why? Because bit by bit, picture after picture, you go faster and faster towards your screen. It means it comes to a time where picture is not actually finished, you're already moving. So you must calm down. When you press your finger, keep the finger on the trigger, like half a second, 1 second, and then slowly bring your camera down. Otherwise, you'll go always faster and faster, and it will come a time that your picture will be moved, blurred. Maybe very slightly, you think they're not sharp enough, but it's because you're already moving when the picture is not finished. So obviously if you go at 4,000th of a second, you won't notice it. But if you're at 100th of a second, probably you start moving and picture is not finished. And you actually probably move while triggering at the same time. So take it easy. Tip advice number 2. Very often we speak about bracketing, like exposure bracketing, that can be with speed or aperture or ISO, and very often your camera lets you do that. You say make 3, 4, 5 pictures with different aperture, different speed, and then you pick the picture you like most. But I'm going to speak about another kind of bracketing. Bracketing you have to do yourself, which is format and orientation bracketing. Very often we make a picture horizontal, we're happy and we go home. I'll make a series of pictures horizontal and one will make it vertical. And then when we go home we think, oh, I should have made more vertical pictures. So I advise you do some bracketing yourself. I'll pass you some stupid picture I've made to show you the difference. And while I was having a coffee and writing down the tips for this month. When you're making a picture, try to do vertical, horizontal, but also change format. Use your native format, it can be 3:2 or 4:3, but then try a square format also, and also maybe 16:9, sorry. I don't use it because it's more like a video format, but if you like this more wide shots, just to practice. And then have a look after what's your favorite format, and this way you know how to compose in different situations. You know how to compose vertically, horizontally, square, because you never know what you will need. Maybe sometime a client says, I want a square album of pictures, I want all my pictures in square, and you don't know how to compose in square. Or they say, I want you to do a making of a short movie. And you do the making of, and probably you want to make 16:9 also, same format as they have, or even wider format, that depends on what they do. And actually, if you practice this, you will have more options to pick the picture you like most, and also you will be better trained to compose in different formats. Third tip, third advice, try at home first. Very often they contact me and say, oh, I've got a birthday party tomorrow, and how should I configure my camera and the flash and whatever, or whatever, wedding, whatever. I always say, obviously you cannot have a church in your house, but I always say, why don't you try at home first? What do you mean? Well, where's this birthday? No, at my friend's place. Okay. Do they live in a house? Yes. Is it similar to yours? Probably. So why don't you try how to configure your camera at home without any party? You see how the flash can bounce against the wall, what's the best aperture for depth of field, what ISO you need. You can train all this at home. You don't need to be there on the right day. So you have studied the situation. So when you get there, you have to fine tune, but most of it is already done. And if you're doing some product photography, they tell me I have to do product photography tomorrow. Where? At my client's place. And what are you going to use? No, I've got a small table, I put a flash, a couple of flashes or a diffuser, whatever, and I want to know how to configure it. And why don't you try at home? Whether the table is at your house or at the client's house, unless you're using a natural light coming from his shop window, it's probably the same situation. So you can perfectly train, or at least train part of it. What's the best depth of field for this product? Whether it's at home or at the client's, it's the same thing. What's the best orientation of my flash? Same thing. So try at home first. Don't get there on the day without having trained at your place first. Tip number 4. Very often when we go outdoor making pictures, like right now I'm recording the video, although right now it's not the best light and everything, it's not the best situation, I get a bit highlights here or that, but doesn't matter. Sometimes you feel like I want to come back to that place and make more pictures. I love the place, I want to make more videos, whatever. And people write the location. But if you've taken some notes of the situation, you should also write the date and the time of the day. Because during the year, depending on the day, at the same time of the day, light will be different. So if you want to repeat exactly the same light, probably you have to change the time you go to the place. If you want a different look, different light, different orientation, well, you can actually calculate what time of the day is better according to the date. So it's very important that you write all this, not just location, but also the time of the day and the day of the year. Tip advice number 5. You see me with my hipster look and my beard and all this, but it was a time I was the typical posh guy playing golf, and I think everything we've done in life has helped us to learn. And what I learned playing golf, I use it making photography. When I was playing golf, I was going out of the field, the golf course, and sometimes you lose a ball, and you just pick another ball out of your bag, and you keep playing. You write a penalty and 1 strike, and you keep going playing. And then you don't really value the fact that you lose balls and get penalties, so you don't actually better your way of golfing. And one day I read an article in a magazine, golf magazine. They say go out with just 1 ball. So if you lose it, you go home. If you've paid to play during 18 holes and after 2 or 3 you go home, that's a bit painful. So you will start to value the risk. Is it worth going this way or keeping safe and going that way? Should I try to strike in 2 or try to use this wood or whatever and go a bit further and have the risk to fall in the river or whatever? And you'll keep valuing. If you go out with just 1 ball, I guarantee you prepare your strike. You really think first, you calculate first. In photography you can do the same thing. If you go to a place, landscape, I will make only 1 picture of this place. If it's not good, it's not good. I have to move to another location. If I'm on the street, do a street photography, I'll make only 1 click, and then I have to move where I am standing. I have to move to another place. Even if the surroundings were wonderful, I have to move out of this place. So this way you're going to better. You're going to better. Why? Because you're going to plan better. Even if it sounds like street photography is immediate, still you will have calculated the lighting, you will have calculated the depth of field, you will have pre-focused your camera, and you'll just have to wait for the moment. If you're doing landscape, you will have thought about the framing, if there's a rubbish bin in an area, if there is anything around that will be a problem, if lighting is nice, is my speed, aperture, depth of field, everything is right, and then you press the shutter, and then you're ready, and then you've prepared. And if you fail, then you know that next picture you have to be better prepared. So this way you're going to better your technique a lot. you will trigger a lot less and you will get better results. These were my 5 tips for February 2020. I hope you like them. If you think it may help anyone, please share it on social networks. If you have not done yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, you get notified when I upload a new video. My website, ericgibaud.com. If you have any comment or any question, you can leave a comment below or send me an email to info@ericgibaud.com. Below, I also put links of my gear on Amazon, also links to other parts of my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Bye.